All right, welcome back, Dark Divers. It's Tashina. I'm back with another week of horror chaos. I watched a whole stack of movies this week, everything from 2025 indies from to older underrated gems. And today I'm ranking them exactly how I ranked them in my letterbox. Some of them shocked me, some of them stressed me out, and some of them, yeah. Let's just talk about it. So grab your snacks, hit that follow button, and let's dive in. All right, so first we're going to start off with Descent. I found this on Tubi. Now, this is a 2025. It's a little indie movie. So the Descent takes place inside a family-owned mortuary when a young woman is working on a body of a man that died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And his family wants an open casket. So she's rebuilding his face using prosthetics. So his belongings arrive. So she goes through his belongings and she finds his suicide note. And in the note, it hints to him doing some very dark things, suggesting that a supernatural entity might have influenced him into doing these things. So soon after, strange events begin to happen inside the mortuary, all captured through the building security cameras, giving this film like a cold, tense, almost found footage feel. Thoughts on this movie: the mortuary setting and the security camera style makes this movie feel claustrophobic and eerie in all the right ways. It's quiet, it's unsettling, and it builds tension without cheap scares. Unique concept, great execution. Easily one of the strongest watches that I watched this week. Next up is 2018 Our House. So this is a PG-13 movie, and I'm usually not a big fan of PG. I was an older PG-13 movies. But I'm like, I'm going to give it a chance. So Our House is centered around this young inventor who homemade machine. Basically, the machine was made, I think he was trying to do electricity on Wi-Fi or something like that. But it accidentally opens the doorways to spirits. And at first, the family thinks the entities entering their home are comforting or familiar. But the longer that the machine runs, the more it becomes clear that something far darker has slipped in. So my thoughts. This is a soft, emotional horror. It builds slowly and steadily. The scares are subtle. The shadows whisper, movements just barely out of frame. It's simple but efficient. And done, it's one of the better underrated supernatural films out there. Next up, we have 2012, The Pact. So The Pact follows a woman. She's returning to her childhood home after her mother's death. But almost immediately, she's encountered with violent supernatural activities. As she digs deeper, she uncovers hidden rooms, buried family secrets, and disturbing links between haunting and a very real threat hiding in the house. So my thoughts. This movie starts off like a ghost story, but slowly shifts into something more grounded and unsettling. The supernatural clues lead you into a bigger mystery, and the final act is tense. It's genuinely creepy and strong older. This is a strong older watch this week. I kept passing this all the time on Tubi. I don't know, maybe it's the cover of the movie just didn't pull me in. But one day I was like, I'm just gonna watch it, and I'm very glad I did. It was a very good movie. Now we're moving into movies that wasn't so great. So we got Don't Peek. Now this is another 2025 little indie movie that I found on Tubi. So Don't Peek follows this YouTube couple who finally moves into their dream home in LA. They bought it from an estate. So meaning that it was an estate that the person that owned the house is dead. And it came fully furnished with all the other owners' belongings. While going through everything left behind, they find this hidden box of these VHS tapes. Curious and always thinking like a content creator, they watch the tapes and realize the footage is disturbing, violent, and looks like evidence of something terrible have happened. But instead of reporting the tapes to the police, they use the footage to boost their channel. And once the videos go online, the energy in the house shifts. Whatever was captured on those tapes didn't stay in the past. And now something far worse might be waking up inside the house. So here's my thoughts. So the VH footage is gritty and creepy in like the best way. And sometimes watching these tapes, you feel like you're watching something real, like something you shouldn't be watching. And in the influence angles feels very believable for today. Like this is some real shit that somebody would do. The movie was fun. It was chaotic. It was chaotic at moments once the supernatural aspect of it hits. Even though the storytelling wanders a little bit, this movie is definitely mid tier. It wasn't the greatest at all, but it was a fun watch and it was just interesting. Right, here's the last one. This was one of my least favorite of the ones that I watched this week. It's called Destroy the Tape. This is another 2025 little indie horror movie I found on Tubi. So, Destroy the Tape follows four close friends who go on the camping trip for one last time because one of the friends is about to go off and travel the world, and so they stay in this cabin in the woods and they celebrate and they try mushrooms to enjoy one last memory, right? But it turns frightening when one of the girls start tripping hard and people start disappearing one by one. So it's unclear if they're dead or just simply missing. But what is found afterwards is a VHS camcorder that recorded the entire trip. So the friends have only been missing for about a week. When a struggling Arthur, desperate for his next hit for his book, takes an interest in the case. He heads into the forest hoping to find answers or at least material. But the deeper he goes, the stranger and more chaotic things become. So here's my thoughts of this movie. This is a classic found footage setup mixed with a missing person mystery. The forest setting adds tension and the writing angle gives it this unique twist. But the execution is uneven and the story doesn't ever fully come together, which puts this at the bottom of my list this week. An interesting idea, but a very messy delivery. All right, Dark Dive fam, that was everything that I watched this week. I ranked exactly how I rated them on my Letterboxd. If you have seen any of these, drop your ratings in the comment. If not, let me know which one you're going to check out first. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And always stay spooky, stay curious, and keep diving in the dark with me.